Burritos and fritos are made out of the most important eating utensil in a Hispanic dinner table. That utensil is the tortilla, also which serves as a fork or a spoon. Some of you guys might wonder how it is possible for a tortilla to serve as a fork or a spoon. Well, basically, what people basically do is just that they take a piece of the tortilla and they grab food with it, or they scoop food with it. What I have brought with me today is a tortilladora, also known as a tortilla press. And what it basically does is it gives the tortilla its shape. What I basically do is, well, I cut a piece of plastic bag and put them on both ends. So when I put the masa, also known as dough, in the thing, it won't stick to the surface of to the base of the surface of the tortilladora. I've been using the tortilla press since I was 8 years old, and by learning the use of the tortilla press, you will understand its importance to the cooking aspect of the Hispanic culture. Today I will talk to you about the culture represented by the tortilla press before explaining how I personally identify with this culture. The tortilla press represents the Hispanic culture, which is family-oriented and dedicated when it comes to cooking. Because food is basically what brings families together at a dinner table and parties or any special occasion. And since tortillas are important to the Hispanic meal, it takes a lot of dedication to make them. Although there's people who actually buy tortillas already machine made, there's actually people who take the time and make the dough on their own. They gather corn kernels, and they put them to boil with powdered lime and water. And after they're done boiling, they have to peel off a layer of each and every one of the corn kernels. And then after the corn kernels are ready and done and boiled, they have to be grinded into dough. And what they basically use is it's called a metate. It's made out of rock. It's a rectangular shaped rock base with another stone, and you just place the corn and then you start grinding the corn. And once the dough is made, that's when the tortilla press comes to use, making it the most important piece of equipment in the Hispanic meals. And although it takes time and dedication to make things by hand, there's more thought put into it, therefore it's more meaningful, and it's all worth it at the end because it's what brings families together, like when you make homemade food. I just discussed how the tortilla press represents the Hispanic culture, and now I will tell you how I identify with the culture. I identify with the culture because both of my parents are Mexican, therefore I was raised with their customs and traditions. In addition, I use a tortilladora whenever my mom decides to make sopes or gorditas, which is Hispanic food. Whenever I see the tortilla press, it reminds me of the first time I went to Mexico and of my grandmother. Well, when I was in Mexico, I always remember Mom going to the kitchen because my grandma would always be making tortillas. And I remember I would always poke the dough and make little figures with it and play with it because, like, if it were Play-Doh. And sometimes I would even just grab dough and place it on the table and just smash it with my hand. And I would make small tortillas. My grandma would heat them up, and I would be the one ending up eating them. And since she saw me how interested I was in making tortillas, she decided to buy me this small tortilla press. And ever since then, I started making tortillas with her. Tortilla press has become something special to me because since I hardly get to see my grandmother, only in summers when I go to Mexico, it makes me feel connected to her in a way. Now that you have learned the use of the tortilla press, you will understand its importance to the Hispanic culture. Today, I have discussed the culture that the tortilla press represents and how I identify with it. Now, after After listening to the speech, I hope you remember the importance of a tortilla press when you eat tortilla chips with salsa, Doritos, or Fritos, because without the tortilla press, you wouldn't be able to enjoy these delicious snacks. Thank you.